in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back everybody to a new live stream. So today of course is Tuesday the 13th of August, and yeah, as always we will run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We're going to focus on the next trades that I'm kind of looking for, what I think the next best Bitcoin trade setups are. We're going to run through those and talk about why I think that as well. We can do a little bit of an update as well, of course, in the trade that I'm currently in. As you guys are aware, if you are regular watchers of the channel, I am long on Bitcoin. Okay, we had this long planned for quite some time now, and the long is doing really, really well. And I'm happy with how long I am in the market, right? I've already taken a TP1. I've moved my stop loss to entry. Okay, so this is now a risk-free trade. But yeah, I'm really happy with how I'm positioned in the market at this moment in time. I think this is the best possible position that I could be in. Of course, I know some of you guys, Damien, I know Mo as well. You do have short trades from approximately $62,000. For me, I haven't taken a short here, just off of personal preference, right? I do still think that we could see higher prices here. I don't think that we are getting any major signs of weakness at this moment in time. Does that mean we will not pull back? No, of course not, right? We could see a pullback, but like I was saying yesterday, like I've been telling the team as well, on the Visionary Discord and in the daily market updates that I do for them, $54,000, if we pull back to that level, is a level of interest for me where I'm looking for a long trade. So of course we will cover all of this today, and dive into all of that. So if that does sound interesting, please smash that thumbs up button. Of course, subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. And turn that bell notification on so that you don't ever miss any of these live streams, because I do give some very valuable information away in these live streams. Of course, this long trade here was talked about in one of these live streams, okay, in one of these past live streams. And then, of course, I told the team, the members on the Visionary Discord, when I actually took the trade, right, in the time. Okay, so I was telling the team here, I'm taking the swing long from the failed auction, okay, and I'm also letting the team know, when I'm taking profits on my trades as well. So yeah, if you want access to all of this, that is the first link in the description. Okay, it will take you over to this page here. We can gain access to all of that. But again, right, I do feel like I'm giving some really valuable information away in these live streams, because like I said, right, this long trade was planned in one of these live streams as well. I was talking about this long trade in one of these live streams. Okay, and like I said, right, I did just give away the trade, of course, in the Visionary Discord, as I always do. But let's jump into it. Let's take a look at what is going on and what we can kind of expect, right? So let's dive straight on into it. So for me, right, the first thing that I would kind of do at this moment in time is come and look at what the stock market is doing, because the stock market is having a really, really nice rise towards the upside, actually. Okay, really nice rise towards the upside. And of course, Bitcoin has had a nice rise towards the upside as well, right? And this is kind of what is bringing the bringing the crypto market up, bringing Bitcoin up. Of course, this stock market having a rise, exactly like the stock market had a big pullback, okay, and pulled back the cryptocurrency market, pulled back Bitcoin as well, okay. We're seeing the same thing here, where we're seeing the stock market rise, okay, and Bitcoin is following that as well, right? Not to a T, okay, of course, because we're seeing now, a new high being formed, okay, in terms of the lower high, yes, okay, but we're seeing, price actually pumping as we speak, whereas on Bitcoin, okay, we're not actually seeing a new high being put in. We are just seeing a very, very small move towards the upside. Okay, so not to a T, but initially, stock market is having a nice relief rally. Okay, after this huge move down, Bitcoin is having the exact same thing play out. Okay, now what we have to understand that this correction here on the stock market is to be expected. It's something that we needed. It's corrective. Okay, does this mean that we're going to be in a bear market on the stock market? No, of course not. Right, we haven't broken, right, look, right, we haven't broken the bullish structure, right? So I'm still pretty bullish, or I'm still very bullish, okay, on the stock market at this moment in time, meaning, right, I'm also, bullish on Bitcoin in terms of, right, we're in a bull market. Again, it's the same with the stock market, right? Yes, we zoom out, we're on the 12-hour chart here, very, very bullish, okay, so in terms of being in a bull market, but then, right, this is where I change my thesis a little bit when I zoom in, of course, and I focus on this little bit of price action. Yes, if we zoom out, we can see Bitcoin is very much in a bull market. Bitcoin is very, very bullish. Okay, but when we zoom in and we focus on this bit of price action here, this is where we can consider price being pretty bearish. Why? Okay, well, we just go back to the basics, right? Oh, sorry. We go back to the basics, okay? Where are we? What are we doing? Okay, we are in the bearish market structure, right? I've been saying this for a very long time now, right? We have to be bearish on Bitcoin at this moment in time because we are in this bearish market structure. Of course, if we can start to break that bearish market structure, right? Let's say we get above, at this moment in time, the value area high at 70,000, which is also, of course, the previous lower high. If we can get above this, right, we can, of course, be looking for all-time high, right? We can be looking for that target, okay, of all-time high, if and only if, right, we can break above that previous lower high, okay? But if we cannot do that, okay, what is the most likely scenario? Well, the most likely scenario is that we come in, okay, and we actually put in another lower high, right, for price to then come down and form a new lower low. Why? Well, because we are in bearish market structure, and this is what we can expect, right? This is exactly what I was talking about last week, the week before, and the week before that, okay, where we had this very bullish structure coming up here. And I was saying, yes, this is very bullish. This can take us to all-time high. It can. We're in bullish market structure. But if we start to lose this bullish market structure, that's not, that's not really a reality anymore. Okay, that's not really a high probability move. Okay, at that point, the highest probability move is a new low, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, and that's the exact same thing that we can look for here. Yes, right, this move up may look bullish. We can continue it. We get this bullish structure, but if we start to break this bullish structure, okay, and form bearish structure, then I'm going to be saying the same thing. A new low is evident. Okay, new low is there's a high chance that we will get a new low. Okay, of course we want to be looking for a short off of that. So this is what I've been walking through with the team. Okay, this is the short setup that we were looking at, okay, this morning in the daily market update, walking them through that, walking them through what I'm looking for, okay, for this possible short trade, right? Okay, but also, if we do see a move down first, right, there is, of course, an argument for a long trade as well, right? So yes, I am looking for higher prices here. I think that we can go for higher prices. This is exactly why I haven't shorted this, okay, because I do still feel higher prices is probable, all right? Coming and looking at the stock market as well, right? This, for me, okay, is telling me, right, okay, we can actually be looking for higher prices on Bitcoin. Does it mean it's going to happen? No, of course not, right? We're going off of statistics, we're going off of probabilities. Am I acting off of this, right? No, I'm not acting off of this. Even though I'm looking for higher prices, okay, I'm not acting off of it. What I mean by acting off of it is I'm not adding to the long trade. I'm not entering into a new long trade, right? Because it's not a long trade setup, right? It's just what I believe is the highest probability move. Okay, of course, the trade, all right, the highest probability trade was from, of course, all the way down here at about $54,000. That was the time to be getting into a trade, not now. Okay, now is not the time to be getting into a long trade, right? Even though I'm looking for higher prices. This is not a position I'm comfortable in taking a long from. Not a position I'm comfortable at taking a long position whatsoever. If we get a bigger pullback to $54,000, that is a level I'm comfortable in longing, right? Because, right, I like to look for long trades when price is pulling back. Okay, I like to look for when there are big players stepping into the market. I also like to look for absorption, of course, which signifies when these big players are coming into the market. I like to look for trap traders. Okay, I like to look for all of these important things that I think are the most valuable things to be looking at within trading. Okay, and I don't see any of that here, so there's no reason to enter into a long trade. There's no reason to enter into or add to the long trade. There's no reason whatsoever. If we see a bigger pullback, then that's when I have a reason. Okay, that's when I have a reason to add to a trade or enter into a long trade. Okay, down here I like the confluence. We have a GP 786, and if you know me by now, right, I don't just like looking at golden pockets, right? I also look at the 786. I find that at an incredible level, right? Like the golden pocket used to be, right, about a year ago. Okay, used to be an incredible level. Okay, but not so much anymore. We see price actually break below it slightly, and most of the time come down to the 786 area to then find support there, right? Or even like just above that 786 area. So for me, that is a more important level, okay? But I do still understand how important, okay, the GP is, the golden pocket. So I'm looking at the GP 786 area. All right, so for me, that's that first bit of confluence. But like I said, if you know me by now, I don't like to use it by itself, right? I do not like to use it by itself. So I'm looking for, okay, naked point of controls. We've got a daily naked point of control there. That's some really, really nice support for us. Okay, but again, if you know me by now, right, I do not like looking at GP 786 levels without absorption, okay, without bullish CBD. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for price to come into the area of the GP 786 with bullish CVD, okay, which of course is absorption, right, of the sells, of the shorts, okay, and it indicates when there is a big player with a big buy limit order, okay, and if I see that, for me, that is a strong, a very good opportunity to be getting into a long trade. Not where we are now. I'm happy with how long I am. Okay, of course, bringing up the trade again. I'm happy with my trade. I'm happy with how long I am. Okay, but okay, if we do see the bigger pullback, of course, I will get stopped out at entry. Remember, I'm taking a TP1, stop losses at entry. Okay, but that's where I will be looking for a re-entry if we do, of course, have that bullish CBD. Okay. Of course, that absorption, right? If we do not see that, then I'm not looking for the long trade. Okay, so that's what I want to look for a long trade, right? But we don't have to do that. We don't have to pull back here. The stock market is having a really nice rise up as we speak. Okay, so we could actually continue higher. Okay, continuing higher, right, is perfectly fine with me. Again, I'm in a long trade. I'm taking advantage of this. I'm really happy with how I'm positioned in the market at this moment in time. I have no complaints. Okay, so if we see price, okay, start to move higher, we reclaim the value area low, then for me, I can look towards $67,000, right? $67,000 is, of course, going to be in the next take profit point for this long trade, right? Why? Well, because I've taken a TP1 at value area low, so there's no reason to take another TP1 there, another TP there. Okay, and then of course we're coming into more resistance up here with that POC. So for me, right, that would be another great take profit point. Okay, at the same time, right, I would also be looking for a short off of this level. Why would I be looking for a short off of this level? Well, because I understand that it is, strong resistance. Okay, we put up some naked point of controls as well, and we have, you know, a cluster of two naked point of controls here with the daily and the monthly naked point of control. So I like this level for the resistance. Okay, I like the resistance we have at this level, right? And then we have to come back to the context. What is the context of Bitcoin? Well, the context is bearish, right? The context on Bitcoin is very, very bearish. We have to understand that. Okay, so right, we can be looking for another lower high, right, for then price to come down and form another lower low. Okay, and if we were to come down and form another lower low, I'd be looking for price to come down to about $57,000. Okay, that's where I'd be looking for price to come down to. But of course, we want to take advantage of this move down, right? Exactly like we were looking to take advantage of this move down here, and we did. Okay, of course, I say we because the team, right? One of the I know that one of the members on the Visionary Discord actually took that short trade and made some really nice profit on that. I missed that short, unfortunately, myself. But remember, we took this short trade here. Okay, that was posted in the Discord. Okay, we took this short trade here as well. That was posted in the Discord as well. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm looking to continue to trade this trend, right? And if we are going to form another lower high, I want to look for a short trade up here. So I know the level, okay? I know the level that I'm interested in shorting. I've just got to remain patient and wait for it to be tapped. And let's see if we do get the short setup, right? So I want to see price coming up into the GP and the naked point of controls. Okay, maybe we front run them slightly. Okay, maybe we ever so slightly front run them, get a bit of a pullback. Then we take them out. Then we form a failed auction or a swing failure pattern for the short trade setup, okay? And then we see price come down to, yeah, let's say $47,000. Okay, so exactly like I drew out for the team right here, right? This is kind of something that I would be looking for. Okay, this short trade here. This for me is the next best short trade setup. Okay, exactly like I've shown the next best, in my opinion. Okay, the next best long trade setup, which of course is from the $54,000 level off of the GP 786. Okay, with a naked point of control, and only if we get absorption at that level, remember. Okay, only if we get absorption there. For me, that's the next best long trade. Okay, then for the short trade, this is the next best short trade that I am looking out for, right? Again, it follows, okay, the continuous lower high structure that we are in. Okay, and then what would we be looking for? Right, we'd be looking for a new low to be put in to continue that bearish structure as well. Okay, so for me, those are the two next best trade setups. Okay, the next best. The best trade setup to be in as of right now is unfortunately been missed. Okay, because it's down here, right? This, of course, is the long trade that I'm in, and that is the best possible long trade to be in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion, that is the best possible long trade. You can say, right? You can say yes, or the best possible place to be long from is from down here. But for me, it's like, okay, right, I didn't see any major signs of strength down there. Okay, it's like catching a falling knife, right? For me, I waited for the, not too much confirmation. Right? I didn't wait for market structure shifts or anything. Okay, all I was looking for was a failed auction. Okay, after the majority of the market had been wrecked. Okay, that was enough confirmation for me to enter into the long trade. Okay, and as you can see, right, the long trade is doing really, really well. Okay, the long trade is doing really, really well. So for me, this is the best position to be long from. Okay, if you're not in that long trade, of course you have missed it. Okay, so you have to remain patient and wait for that next best trade setup. I've walked through both of them here. Okay, we have, of course, the long trade, right, from 54 approximately. Remember, we have to have everything aligning, right? We have to have the stars aligning for this trade to play out, right? I want to see absorption at that level for me to enter into that trade. If we do, I'll enter into that trade and I can look for higher prices. Okay, and then of course with the short trade from up here, right, I'm looking for price to come close, okay, to the POC and the naked point of controls, right? Maybe not necessarily take it out on the first test, right? We then get a bit of a pullback, we front run it a bit, okay, we then get a bit of a pullback, then we come up again, take it out, and we form a failed auction or a swing failure pattern of the previous pivot high. Okay, for me, right, we're coming into strong resistance. Right, we've then formed a failed auction or swing failure pattern, okay, which is a pretty bearish sign, okay, and then what would I be doing? Okay, I'd be coming over to the order flow, right, and I'll be taking a look at what traders are doing. Are a lot of traders getting wrecked? In my opinion, I wouldn't expect a lot of traders to be getting wrecked because we didn't see that many shorts open up on this move down. because it was mainly fueled by longs getting wrecked, okay, because of course this was a really good rise towards the upside. So when you see a good rise up and price starts to pull back, it tends to be a pretty rubbish move down, okay, and vice versa, right? When price is pulling back and it's a rubbish pullback, you tend to then see a good move up, okay, and then it works in the complete opposite direction as well. If you have a good move down, you tend to have a bad move up, okay, which is then followed by a good move down normally. Okay, so right now we are having a fairly good move up. Why? Okay, why are we having a fairly good move up? Well, we can very clearly see this, right? It's not the best move up that we've seen, okay, but we can consider it good, right? We can consider it good. Why? Well, because over time we can see that CVD has been ticking up. Okay, we know that positive delta is building, right? We can also see open interest started at 730 million roughly. And then, it came all the way up to 875 million. So we know that positive deltas are building, and we know open interest is increasing, right? So we know that lots of long trades are opening up. So this is a good move up, right? I wouldn't say it's an amazing move up like this move up that we had here. Okay, so let's make it easier for you to view. So this is the move up that we're talking about, all right? That previous move up, okay, that of course we took the exact same long trade setup from down here, right, that we've taken now, right, the exact same trade setup. And this was a really good move up. Why was this a really good move up? Well, you can see that CVD, okay, is building, is getting higher over time. So we know that positive delta is building over time. And open interest is increasing, right? We started at the bottom of the move at 881 million. We ended in 1.22 billion. Okay, so we know that new long trades are coming in on this move up. Very good move up, right? Why do we know that this was a bad move down? Okay, well, open interest was at 1.22 billion. Okay, it then ended at 735 million. Okay, you can see delta is CVD is ticking down, telling us that delta, negative delta, is building over time, right? Open interest is decreasing, not increasing, so we know that these are long trades getting wrecked. Okay, so this move up was fueled by new long trades coming in. This move down was fueled by those long trades getting wrecked. Okay, we are now starting to see these long trades fuel the move up. Okay, we're starting to see these long trades fuel the move up, right? But at some point, okay, if this trend is going to continue, okay, if this bearish trend is going to continue, what can we be looking for, right? Well, we can be looking for, right, this bullish move up to end in a pretty rubbish move down, with all of the long trades that opened up here getting completely wrecked. And of course, that's what we want to take advantage of, right? We want to take advantage of these FOMO longs getting completely wrecked, right? These FOMO longs, which are mainly retail traders, okay, well, pretty much all retail traders getting wrecked, okay, on that move down. So that is why I'm planning for this short trade. Why? Again, I'm anticipating another lower high. Why? The trend is your friend until the end. The trend is bearish, okay? So I am bearish at this moment in time, okay? And I'm looking for another short trade, right, to take that down to a new low, okay? Where again, we can be looking for the exact same setup. The trend is your friend until the end. What have we done, okay, 4 times? 3 times, right? So I've longed 4 of these because I did actually take a long from, there was a much older long trade from somewhere. I don't know if that's, oh yeah, it was this one here. So that was all the way back there, but that was off of a different setup, okay? But what have we done 3 times, right? We've longed the failed auction, okay, the failed auction of the range low here. We longed the failed auction of the new range low here, okay? And then we did the exact same thing here with the long trade that I'm in now, okay? So we've traded the failed auction, right, of the range low 3 times now, okay? So the trend is your friend until the end. I'm going to do the same thing, right? If we see the short trade set up, we come back, okay, and we come down to like, I would be looking for $47,000 approximately, okay? And then we get a rise, failed auction. We can look for the exact same thing to play out, right? The exact same thing to play out. That's what I'm going to be looking for, okay? So literally just trading the trend until the end, okay? Trade the trend until the end because your trend is your friend until the end. Okay, very, very simple, but very, very effective. That's exactly what I've been doing recently. Okay, stripping back all of the advanced analysis and looking at the basics, right? Looking at the basics because they can really help you. Now, do the basics help me enter into a trade? No, of course not. They do not help me enter into a trade. I have to use the advanced analysis to help me enter into a trade. But the basic analysis will give me a good understanding on where price could be going. Okay, could be giving me a good understanding of where price could be going. Okay, and all I need to do is find that setup using the advanced analysis, right? That's what the advanced analysis is there for, okay, to get those good setups, right? Get those perfect trade setups. So for me, like I said right at the start, I'm in a really, really good position here. I'm very comfortable in my position, right? Very, very comfortable in my position because I'm long from the range low. Okay. I consider price to be very bullish at this moment in time. Why? Stock market is rising. Okay. I think this is all very, very good. I don't see any major signs of weakness at this moment in time. Yes, I understand. You can argue there was a short trade from up here. We had absorption. We had a GP 786 level. We were coming into resistance with the value area low. Okay. And I know that some of you guys have taken a short trade from here. Mo, Damien, I know you've had short trades from there. Okay. For me, right, that's not what I've decided to trade. I understand that there was a trade from there. Okay. But I understand as well, this is not what I've planned to trade, right? My plan is to look for higher prices here and short at higher prices. Okay. I still think that we can go up from here. I still have the confidence that we can go up from here. Why? Because the stock market is continuing to rise as we speak, right? Literally as we speak. If the stock market, right, starts to pull back, then that's when I'm thinking, oh, right, okay, Bitcoin can probably come down to $54,000. Stock market's going to have a bit of a pullback as well, where we can look for, of course, that long trade on Bitcoin at $54,000 to then take that up for the possible short trade that we have. The possible short trade that we have up at here. So $67,000 roughly. Okay, that's what I'll be looking for. Okay, but at this moment in time, I'm very happy with how I'm positioned in the market. In my opinion, okay, I'm in the best possible long trade that I could be in. Why? Because I've had a valid high probability trade setup. Okay, of course, you could have entered into a long trade down here, but I don't consider that a high probability trade setup. I consider that trying to catch a falling knife. Right, this is exactly what I was telling the team before I entered into the long trade, right? So let's go and find this actually. So here. Of course, at the moment, I will only be looking for longs, but trying to long here is like catching a falling knife. So I will remain patient and look for the best trade setup. Okay, I was telling the team this, right? I said to the team here, right, 466 million longs were wiped out. Okay, of course there were more after that, right? But 466 million long trades were wiped out. Okay, and this was when price, we're still at like $51,500. Okay, we hadn't come below, we hadn't, finished the low yet. Okay, so there was more longs that were completely wiped out as well. Right, but here I'm not trying to long. I'm looking for the best trade setup. Right, then, right, what was that? That was at 8:05 a.m. Okay, and then at 4:37 p.m. So it took some time. Okay, it did take some time, but I remained patient. I waited for the highest probability trade setup. I got the highest probability trade setup, and I took the highest probability trade setup. I told the team that I took the highest probability trade setup. Right, you can check the timestamps up here. This was at 4:36. Right, when I took the screenshot, okay, of saying that I'm taking the long, okay, and at 4:37, I posted it in the Discord, right? The timestamps are there, the proof is there, okay? Told the team I was taking the long, right? And, I took the long literally a minute before I posted it. Of course, it takes some time to enter into the trade, to clip the photo, put it in the Discord, put a little message in there and then post it, right? It does take a few seconds, okay, to do that, or roughly a minute to do that. Okay, so it's off by a minute, but right, the proof is there. Okay, the proof is there. Told the team here, it's like catching a falling knife. Okay, so I feel I'm in the best possible long trade that I could be in. Why? Because I understand this is the highest probability long trade setup. Okay, and it's from a very, very good level, right? It's from a very, very good level. Okay. And of course, it is, a really profitable trade at this moment in time. And I'm still looking for this, okay, because I only closed around 45% of this trade, right? I took $2,000 profit off of this trade. Okay. I still have, $2,267 worth of margin in this trade. Okay. At one point, this trade was, the margin in this trade was like $4,500. Okay. But yeah, I'm pretty happy to remain in this trade. I'm pretty happy to risk the unrealized profit I have here because, of course, I've moved the stop loss to entry, right? So I'm not going to turn this winning trade into a losing trade. If I do come down to my entry, I will get stopped out, okay, and I will just, I'm guaranteed $2,000 in a profit, right? But I'm happy to risk this unrealized profit to see if we can continue to rise higher to, of course, that POC. Why? I just feel like we're going to do that, right? That's what I feel like we're going to do. Okay, stock market is looking really good at this moment in time, so I do feel like we can do that. Of course, we need to see the confirmation, right? Reclaim of that value area low, and then we can look for that. Okay, because of course, if we do not do that, we could get the pullback here back down to $54,000. I understand that, yes, but yeah, I'm pretty confident in that price is going to rise. Does that mean I long? Does that mean that I just realized I got rid of what was it? The short trade setup that I was talking about this morning. But oh well. Does this mean that that I long from here? No. Does this mean that I add to the long trade here? No, of course not, because I haven't had a valid high probability trade setup. Okay, I have to remain patient. Okay, and wait for the highest probability trade setup. If I do not get that, I will not take a trade. Okay, I will not take a trade. Okay, I'm in a trade. I'm happy with how I'm positioned. Okay, so I'm remaining patient and just waiting for that to play out. Okay, that's all I'm doing at this moment in time. So yeah, I do want to draw this out because I do like having these drawn out to just be able to bring up and use it as an example pretty quickly without having to draw it every single time. So yeah, again, I'll just walk through it. Okay, if we do see a rise from here, we reclaim that value area low. Okay, I'm looking for a rise right up to that POC, close to that POC. If I then price to front run it slightly, possibly. Okay, then we come up again, we take it out. Right, taking out the previous pivot high as well, taking out the naked point of controls, taking out the POC. Okay, then for the short trade setup, and then the bigger pullback hit. Okay, so this would be what I am looking for. Okay, this is exactly what I would be looking for here. Okay, for the bigger move down, and yeah, to be honest, I would kind of be targeting like $47,000. I do feel like we do have quite a lot of support of $47,000. Okay, so that is a level of interest for me to target, but also possibly look for a long trade off of there as well. So yeah, those are things, of course, to be aware of as well. So yeah, of course, I just walked through the next best Bitcoin trade setups in my opinion. Okay, of course, I walk through the trades literally here on live stream for you almost every day. Okay, almost every day. Of course, not every day because I don't live stream on the weekends, right? But this long trade here that I entered into, I gave the setup here on YouTube. Okay, of course, not in the time, right? I did that in advance. Okay, I gave that in advance. Then when I entered into the trade, of course, the team on the Visionary Discord are the people to know about it in the time. And if you want to get yourself on there, of course, it's the first link in the description. And you gain access to all the education at the same time as well. So yeah, if you want that, first link in the description, or just the free Discord, which is, of course, the second link in the description as well. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? That's what I'm kind of looking for. Okay, I do quite like a rise from here, to be honest with you. Like I've been saying, I do quite like the idea of a rise from here. Why? Because the stock market is having a nice rise. So I think, that would be quite nice to see. So yeah, it's kind of just patience, really. It is kind of just exercising that patience, right? Exercising that patience, and yeah, patience, it pays, right? Patience does pay. Exactly, perfect example. Unfortunately, I did miss the short trade from here. Okay, some of the team did take that trade, but I missed the short trade personally. What did I do? I did not FOMO into the trade. I remained patient. Okay, waited for price to pull back. And then I got the perfect long trade setup from here. And of course, the rest is history, right? That trade has done really, really well. So yeah. Of course, if you've got any questions, if there's anything you want me to look at, please do put that in the chat, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions or take a look at anything that you want to look at. And if you haven't already, please do make sure you smash that thumbs up button. It does really help me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this this content to you as well. But yeah, I mean, the past few days have been pretty quiet, haven't they? Yeah, ever since Friday, really. Ever since Friday, we've just been seeing quite constricted price action towards the downside. So it's been pretty boring. But yeah, it's fine, right? It's fine. I'm in the best possible position I feel like I can be in from the long trade setup, of course. So I'm not rushing into anything, right? I'm not rushing into anything. I've already cemented some profit. Okay, so I'm happy with how I'm positioned. So it's just patience, right? If I get stopped out at entry, that's fine. Okay, I've already taken $2,000 in a profit, so the trade is just going to close in $2,000 profit. If we continue higher to the higher targets that I have at $67,000, great. I can take some more take profit. I can take another take profit. Okay, and then I can even move my stop loss higher as well, so it's not at the entry. So that even if we do pull back, at least it's going to close in some profit. So I can close that trade in some more profit as well. So yeah, either way, I am in a really, really good position. I'm not, and this is it's a very difficult, it's very difficult to get yourself in a position like this. Once you know how to do it, okay, once you know how to get yourselves in the best possible trade setups, and you know how to manage the trades as well, because trade management is very, very key. Understanding how to manage your trades is a very, very key thing as well. So yeah, once you understand all of that, you know how to do all of that, it is quite easy to get yourself in this position where you're just in a very good position. It is easy to get yourself in this position, but only when you know how to get yourself in this position. Okay, only when you know how to get yourself in this position, and that's the hard thing, right? The hard thing is not actually the hard thing isn't it, right? Isn't like everything that you're striving for. That's not the hard thing. The hard thing is actually like learning it and then implementing it and sticking to those rules. That's the hard bit. Okay, that's the really, really hard bit. But yeah, once you understand it, once you understand how the market actually moves, not because of breakouts, not because of breakouts of triangles, head and shoulders patterns, none of these silly patterns, none of these what you call it, smart money concept things, and what are the other ones as well, ICT strategies, none of this nonsense. Okay, that's not what moves markets. Okay, the stuff that they look at the stuff that they look at does not move markets. Understanding what retail traders are doing and what institutions are doing are the important things, and the things that you need to learn to understand how these markets work. Okay, and of course, to read that, you need something like order flow, right? I see ICT traders saying, "Oh, you can look at order flow on TradingView." Of course, yes, they have now implemented order flow, but they're looking at order flow on candlestick patterns, and you can't look at order flow on candlestick patterns. How do you know what orders are coming in these candles? How do you know what orders are coming in? Okay, you need to visibly look at the orders that are coming in, right? How do you do that? Well, you look at something like order flow, okay? Real order flow with real market data, okay? In-time market data. That's the important stuff, right? That is the very important stuff. But yeah, if there are no questions, then I'm still pretty bullish on Bitcoin at this moment in time. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, I'm pretty bearish. because we're in the bearish market structure. But as the stock market is pumping here, okay, I understand what the trend is. Okay, so I am pretty bullish up until we get to maybe $67,000, where I will start looking for a short trade. Of course, if there is no short trade set up, I will remain bullish and look for higher prices. We break the bearish structure, we can then go to all-time high. Okay, so I've explained all that, you understand that. Okay, so yeah, for me right now is just remaining in this long trade, looking for those higher prices. Okay, I am, yeah, at this moment in time, bullish on Bitcoin, okay, up until, like I said, $67,000, where I would be looking for a short trade. So, yeah, I will leave it at that. We've been live for about 40 minutes now. I can see no one's got any questions. So, yeah, I will leave that there. So, yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, guys. Of course, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. And then, of course, if you want access to the Visionary Discord, where I give all of the trades that I take away, okay, then make sure that you click the first link in the description. It will take you over to this page here, where you can gain access to the Visionary Discord, and then, of course, all of the educational videos that we have there for you as well, and the XO chart templates as well, which give you all of these templates that I'm using on a day-to-day basis, right? So yeah, that's where you can get all the good stuff. But yeah, for me, I will be signing out. So I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream, or for any Visionary members, I'll see you in the Discord and the daily market updates. So have a lovely rest of your day, guys, and see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking